So it's a good little tip you guys should see. As we see Foreplay pick up
wonderful headshot for them.
And Foreplay is continuing to dominate everyone right now.
What up, channel? It's Foreplay, and this is the Pro Scene number 24. Today we're going to be talking about team goals, trying to make them realistic or not. As always, I'm here with Sharp, and this topic was submitted kind of a lot over the past 2 weeks. We've touched on it a couple times in past videos. I want to say it was like Pro Scene 8 or 10, but I think this one's going to be different because we're going to talk about once you get your team made, setting realistic goals and the different variations of those goals that you can have. But before we start that, I also wanted to say thank you for the good response we got from the last video, the thank you from us. Sharp and myself just sat down and did that just so you guys can kind of know that we're appreciative of all the responses we get via Twitter. You guys are pretty much the best. So, Sharp, you want to go ahead and say what up and speak your piece on it, and then I want to come back.
Yeah, I was just reading the comments, and let's have some more Pro Scene episodes, you know?
Yeah.
100 more, 50 more, I don't know.
I mean, honestly, this series is going to keep going as long as we can. Like, we're just going to keep pushing it. So as long as you guys have topics that you guys need to know about, we think they're relevant and that it'll help, then we'll just keep doing it. But go ahead and get started on the team goals, and then, yeah.
All right, so team goals, and what do you mean by team goals? Like setting goals, like whether you're a GB team, like GB team, for instance, you're like, all right, we're going to have a 10-to-1 ratio on our record. So you're going to go 10 wins, 1 loss, 20 wins, 2 losses, whatever. Like that's a team goal. And you don't want to get those goals too far out of perspective. Like, you don't want to, start a team and think that you're just going to be the greatest team in the world and win every single match.
Yeah. You need to be realistic. As we touched in the last, in like one of the earlier episodes, try and set a ratio for your team. I personally always like to go with a 10-to-1 because if you go 10-to-1, then you're 20-2, 30-3, and then you can get up to 110. That's a respectable record no matter who you are. And sometimes you're not going to lose at that 10 mark. Like, we've had that extend to, I think, the longest win streak we went on was 101 in MW2. I think we're on 101-0 on MW2, and then we finally lost to a team called Mythbusters. I blame host, but that's another story. And also, it's not about winning and losing. Honestly, it's all about learning and remaining consistent. Like, whether you win or lose, you have to take something from every game that you play. Like, make sure that when you go over those strats, as a team goal, your team goal needs to be that you guys ironed out your strats as much as possible to where you don't have anything to worry about. And if you lose, you either lose from getting out clutched, which that happens to the pro teams, to any team, or you guys lost because you failed to execute what you guys practiced.
Yep.
Also, if you're an AM team, focus on beating teams that you feel or know like are better than you. And then let's say the first week or so you're scrimming, you can't beat these teams that you know have better players maybe, or might just be a better team. Like, if you're an AM team playing a pro team, focus on getting closer to beating them. Focus on, like, if you need to play more campy, that's fine. Like, honestly, don't ever feel like you need to play a certain way just to, like, get somebody respect or whatever. Play to win the game at all times. So if you're an AM team playing a pro team, do what you have to do to keep the game closer. Instead of getting blown out like 8-2 or something in a CTF, try to keep it like 2-0 or 2-1, or eventually try to come around and beat them, because all it takes is for you to out-clutch a pro team, and then you're going to find success in beating them.
Mm-hmm. And I wanted to touch base on, like, the part where I said don't, like, come, like, a lot of times teams, like pro teams especially, will come together and expect that they'll make a team and they'll just be some kind of god squad. And I remember back in Call of Duty 4 when I was on Vex, and it was me, Modi, Proof, and Gumper. When we first teamed, like, we were really good, but then, like, when me and Modi joined Fear, and then Proof joined you guys, and then, like, when we came back to that team and we first started playing, we started losing scrims, and then, like, eventually Modi and Proof started arguing and, like, getting in fights because we weren't as good as we used to be as a team, and that team just ended up breaking up, and it's kind of a waste of time.
Yeah, also try and focus on, for a team goal, the biggest thing I can say from my career is focus on the maps you need to perform in, focus on the game types, and slowly improve. You're gonna see yourself improving when you start accepting only game battles, search and destroy matches, and then all of a sudden you have a 20-2 ratio on a search and destroy only like setting. That means that you're becoming a pretty solid search team, especially because there's so many solid search squads out there that it really doesn't matter. Also, if entering a tournament, make sure you enter that tournament and you perform, and then slowly keep track of your record and like how good you're doing. But I'm pretty sure that's gonna wrap it up. I'm talking, rambling a little bit, but I hope this
Yeah.
helps. And peace.
Peace.